The garden was already glowing when I arrived that afternoon. White tents floated over the lawn like clouds, dropped gently to the earth. Music played softly somewhere near the hedges. Servers moved like shadows, offering sparkling drinks and tiny plates of food. At least 60 people filled the space, laughing, posing, pretending this was my mother's spring gathering. And this year it was larger, louder, richer. I stood near the entrance for a moment, watching the place. Looked more like a magazine spread than a home. The flowers had been arranged professionally. Even the grass looked trained to behave. My mother stood near the fountain, laughing loudly. Her friends surrounded her, women in soft pastel dresses, heavy jewelry, loose smiles, men in polished shoes and relaxed confidence. She wore a designer outfit I remembered from a shopping trip weeks ago. She had spun in front of a mirror, saying she deserved it. When she spotted me, her smile tightened. "There you are," she said. "Your late traffic was bad." I replied, "Happy spring." Her eyes traveled over my clothes, plain, cotton, simple, clean. "Margaret," one of her friends tilted her head. "Is that really what you chose to wear? It's comfortable," I said calmly. My mother's jaw stiffened. "Could you try harder just once? These people matter." I nodded and stepped away. I knew better than to argue publicly. I drifted toward the drink table, nodding politely to familiar faces. I had grown up around these people, but never belonged. Even as a kid, I preferred quiet corners, books, numbers, planning. My mother always found that disappointing. An hour later, I was speaking with a catering manager, asking about his business. He seemed proud of his work. That was when my mother appeared beside me. "What are you doing?" she whispered sharply, talking to the help. "I'm having a conversation in front of everyone. Do you know how this looks?" "It looks like me speaking to another person." Her face reddened. "You are embarrassing me." The word snapped something inside my chest. I turned to face her. "I'm not your embarrassment." The garden went silent. Every voice, every laugh, every note disappeared. Her hand struck my cheek. The sound echoed. Heat exploded across my face. Tears blurred my vision. "Get out," she screamed. "Get out of my house." I picked up my bag slowly. "Understood," I said. I walked through the crowd alone. No one spoke. No one stopped me. That night, sitting in my apartment, I looked at numbers on my screen. The same numbers I had managed quietly for years. The same ones she never knew existed. And that was the moment I decided everything would change. It started years earlier, when my father died. He left my mother the house, but nothing else. His business had collapsed long before. The funeral, loans, bills, debts piled higher than grief. My mother came to me desperate. She said she could not lose the house, that it was all she had left of him. I was 27, then working in tech, building something quietly successful. I had just sold my startup for millions. She never asked. She never cared. I looked at the numbers. They were ugly. A massive mortgage, overdue taxes, unpaid credit cards, maxed luxury she could not afford. So I helped, not openly, not emotionally, logically, through my financial manager. I created a structure. Payments flowed automatically. Mortgage, utilities, club fees, car lease, cards, all covered, all quietly. An anonymous trust, she was told, a blessing she accepted without curiosity for 7 years. I paid for her life, every party, every dress, every vacation, while she criticized my clothes, my job, my choices. I built another company, invested carefully, watched my wealth grow. It felt easier to pay than to confront, easier than admitting. She never became independent, easier than hearing the truth. But after the slap, after the crowd, after the humiliation, something inside me broke free. On Monday morning, I called my manager. "Stop everything," I said. "All transfers, all payments end today." He hesitated. "Are you sure?" "Absolutely." Next, I called the mortgage company, removed my guarantee, then the credit cards, then the club, then the car. By Tuesday afternoon, the entire system collapsed. 7 years undone in 2 days. Wednesday, my phone exploded with calls. I ignored them by Friday. She came to my office. Security handled it. I felt no joy, only calm. For the first time, she would face the reality I had protected her from. And she had no idea who caused the fall, yet the messages began immediately. Voicemails filled with confusion, panic, anger. Something is wrong. The bank made a mistake. Call me. I listened to none of them. By the following week, creditors were closing in mortgage. Unpaid cards, declined car scheduled for repossession. My manager briefed me professionally. She hired a lawyer. Claims, emotional abuse, dependency, expectations. There was no agreement, only generosity. Without obligation, she came again with legal threats. Security removed her again. Then came the letters, 3 pages of desperation, apologies mixed with confusion, begging without understanding. She still believed someone else had done this. Some invisible angel vanished when foreclosure started. Truth spread. Friends disappeared. The country club membership ended. The lifestyle evaporated. A fundraiser appeared online. Barely noticed. Family called me cruel, cold, heartless. I answered. Once she hit me. She shamed me. I am done. 3 weeks later, she moved in with my aunt, applied for jobs, sold jewelry. The house went to auction. The car gone. Reality arrived without mercy. Then the final letter came. She knew. She apologized fully. She begged. She promised change. I typed a long message once, then erased it instead. I replied simply, the trust ended. Seek financial guidance. She accused me again. I blocked her. That was the last direct contact we ever had. Life continued quietly, beautifully. My company went public months later. My shares multiplied. I moved downtown, built a life filled with purpose, not appearances. I donated to shelters, funded scholarships, supported women in tech causes that mattered sometimes. I passed the old house. A family lived there, now children, laughter. A swing set where tents once stood. My aunt occasionally shared updates. Small apartment, part-time work, no luxury. I felt no triumph, only closure. My manager once asked, "Do you regret it?" I thought carefully. I regret enabling. I regret believing money could buy love. I regret waiting so long, but stopping. No. I learned boundaries. She learned consequences. Spring taught us both lessons. Mine chosen, hers overdue. People think this story is about money. It isn't. It is about respect, about silence, mistaken for weakness, about generosity, mistaken for obligation. I was never ashamed of who I was. She was ashamed of what I reminded her she was not. I walked away, not out of anger, but out of clarity. Love without respect costs too much. Support without accountability destroys both. I am at peace now, and that is worth more than anything I ever paid for.